A brand new film comes to Amazon Prime Video this Friday, April 30th, directed by Stefano Sollima, who brought us Sicario 2, Day of the Soldado, and starring Michael B. Jordan. This is my review of Tom Clancy's Without Remorse. We follow John Kelly, a Navy SEAL hell-bent on a path of revenge after his wife's murder, only to find himself inside a much larger conspiracy. Before I dive into my review though, I want to know if you're excited for this film, and if you're new to the channel, why don't you consider clicking the subscribe button. It does wonders to get my content out there, and you'll always be aware of whenever I upload movie reviews, trailer reactions, all sorts of great geeky content. As a huge fan of the action genre and a big fan of Amazon's Jack Ryan series, I was excited to see this, as it is possibly, maybe in the future, connected to that show, and I was rather impressed. Coming from a script by Taylor Sheridan, who up until this point at least has not missed at all when it comes to the stuff he writes or even directs, this film is very gritty, very brutal. It has lots of great action that is shot very, very well, and it's extremely tense from beginning to end. We get put into this man's life and are able to connect with him in this very familiar, simple, yet very effective premise of wanting to avenge the murder of his wife, who was pregnant, by the way. That's another notch that it goes up to. And the film sets up John Kelly as this really ruthless soldier who you do not want to mess with. He's extremely effective at his job, and when you go into this story with him, you see exactly that he's holding nothing back. He's going after people. He wants answers, and you better give it to him. In fact, the whole film escalates throughout at a very quick pace, and then the last half hour is this one gigantic action sequence in this one location, and it never stops being effective, either in the way it's shot, in the violence it shows, or with the tension escalating throughout with the dynamics of characters at play. And Michael B. Jordan is fantastic in the role. He's one of the best actors working today in Hollywood, suffice it to say, and he really is great in this film. He's able to tap into all those emotions that you need in a character like this, and with the beats that the story has, the twists and turns, he really is able to dial it up a notch whenever the movie deems it necessary, or even dial it down a notch a bit in those more personal, intimate moments that the film does have, and they are also extremely effective. Again, the script from Taylor Sheridan is just all around really great. It gives us the action, it gives us that viscerality that we want, that brutality, but it also gives us a lot of character and a lot of character dynamics. Jodie Turner-Smith is someone who goes with Michael B. Jordan along in this mission that they have, and she's really great. I really love their dynamic in this film and the relationship between those characters. When it comes to issues in the film, however, you can see the twists and turns coming a mile away. It's not that fresh, but it is functional. It is effective in what it wants to do. It's just not very new. It brings nothing new to this genre or even sub-genre, and because of that, you kind of miss feeling anything at all when it comes to some big reveals in this film, because you just know from the first 20 minutes how it's going to go down. From a personal perspective, I much more prefer the personal side of the story rather than the big conspiracy that is unveiled. I like it fine, it doesn't hurt to film. I just thought the personal story with Michael B. Jordan worked so much better and would have made the film even better if it was just that. It would have been much smaller, maybe small scale, maybe not as many action sequences, but that character-driven story would have worked much better. It's one of those films that puts all its pieces at play, and at the very worst, all its pieces are functional, are effective, and tell a compelling story that they want to tell with some really great action, some really well shot action with great cinematography, great writing, and some great performances, especially from our lead character, who I hopefully cannot wait to see more of. I'm giving Without Remorse a B+. Now throwing it over to you, are you excited for Without Remorse? Have you read the books? Are you a fan of this character? Throw it all in the comments below, start the conversation, it's the most important part. And while you're down there, if you've seen the video this far but still haven't subscribed, consider clicking the button again, makes you aware of every time I upload a video. Thank you so much for watching, you are the best. Check out my review of Justice Society World War II, and I'll be back tomorrow with my Invincible finale review, so I hope to see you there. So until then, love each other, and love the movies.